Let's go. I took some time off. I spent some time with the family. I enjoyed it, but I'm back. And not only am I back, but I'm recharged and I'm ready to go. We got to jump into this interview by Nico. Him and Yogi Roth had a conversation. The name of the video is He Was the Most Hated Quarterback in America. Everyone will love him after this season. Now, we've been saying that for a long time over here on this channel. Shout out to all the members and also shout out to all the subscribers. I really appreciate you guys so much, but we got a lot to get into. Let's jump right in and let's get it.
I've always felt you're the most misunderstood quarterback in America.
You got social media out there and your name buzzes around and you know certain things aren't true or being said about you. Last year was just a rough year and just dealing with losses came with blame and that I can say it was tough on me mentally.
Got some breaking news out of college football. UCLA is hiring James Madison coach Bob Chesney as the Bruins' new head man.
I wrote down this quote that he said, goals are for people who care about winning once. Systems are for people who care about winning repeatedly.
Goals are for people who care about winning once. Systems are for people who care about winning consistently. Exactly. And that's why we made the right decision by bringing in Bob Chesney. First off, look at Nico's face. This was the best thing that could have happened to UCLA. Nico deciding to stick around and not jump ship and leave. It did two things. It really proved to everyone that he was here for the reasons that he said he was here for. And the second thing is going to put Bob Chesney in a really good position in his first year at UCLA.
I could feel the winning mindset from Coach Ches.
For this 2026 UCLA Bruins team, what do you believe matters?
I would say
Tell him, Nico.
Welcome back or welcome to Y Option. I'm your host, Yogi Roth.
Shout out to Yogi Roth, man.
Training camp, bouncing around this entire amazing country. But today, back home in LA, specifically at UCLA. Got a chance to sit down with Nico Iamaleava, the starting quarterback for the Bruins. And as you know, every single conversation here at Y Option is presented by our founding sponsor, 76, keeping you on the go, go, go so you never miss a beat. This young man is not going to miss a beat this fall, so let's get right into our interview. All right, Nico, thank you for the time, first and foremost. Can't believe another season is like, here we go. So with that said, I'm curious if you can put your football life into any context. Like, how might you describe your football journey to somebody who's just a fan of the game?
Yeah, it's been a fun journey, I can say. A lot of great experiences, bad experiences, but I think it's helped shape me into the man I am today. And you know how I go about my day and attacking certain days even when you don't feel like it. Yeah, it's been a long journey, so it's been fun.
It's good to see Nico doing his rounds because he is the leader of this team and he is the face of the program as far as I'm concerned. I mean, look at his drip. Look at his outfit. He's definitely comfortable inside his own skin. And we need that. That's exactly what we need from our starting quarterback. You got to have thick skin. And the things that he's been through to get to this point proves to us that he's locked in and ready to go.
So how would you describe the man that you are today?
Yeah, I think I'm somebody, my parents raised me to be a great young man. I think they raised me with great morals and yeah, I just try to be the best man I can be for, you know, everybody around me.
Okay, so I'm a dad too. How'd they do it? Come on, coach me up. How'd they handle that?
Yeah,
talk about it, Nico.
Was mainly the disciplinary, and my mom was kind of you know, somebody we could come back home to, and it's a nice home cooked meal, and you know, somebody that's just always loving. So I think they balanced out pretty well. My dad was pretty hard on us, and my mom was she was the caregiver.
Your parents did a good job.
It was good growing up in a household of 8, though. They had a lot to, you know, deal with on their plate, and man, they did a great job.
When does, I always love asking quarterbacks this, like, when does it transition? I feel like a lot of quarterbacks have a familial context that you just described. And then it's like, okay, you're a grown man. Like, I don't say you pull away, but like, you're running your own race to a certain degree. Like, yeah. When that happened, what did that feel? Was it empowering? Was it, what did that do for you?
That's a great question because I'm curious. Did it happen in college or did it happen in high school once the spotlight started to be on Nico 100% of the time? Because that happened in high school. But I'm curious, when did the transition happen for him?
I would say last year was really when it transitioned for me, when it was like,
so it was last year.
It was time to go and lead, you know, other grown men, you know, next to me. I think my first 2 years of college ball, I was.
And the reason why that matters to me, because it tells me that when he was at Tennessee, he still felt like he was kind of young. Going through what he went through last year at UCLA made him grow up fast. And you can kind of see it in his face, especially as UCLA fans, people that's been following the program.
Kind of a young cat on the team I was on. And I had a lot of vets that kind of helped me be the leader I am today. So
okay, that's what I said.
Going into my third year was really the year I took that next step and wanting to lead grown men. And yeah, I'm still continuing to get better at it every day.
How do you describe your leadership style?
I would say it's hard, Yogi. I think I'm not very outspoken.
Nico, you're quiet, you lead by example, and you let action speaks louder than words. Be proud of that, man. You know what? Be proud of that, because that's going to take you to the next level.
I try to be more this year, more than last year, I can say. But I think I treat everybody with the same respect. And I feel like, you know, respect goes a long way. So I feel like, you know, when I earn the team's respect, it's kind of easy, you know, when they see me working, it's easy for them to, you know, evolve and gravitate to
I picked up on that right away.
So I'd say I'm more of a lead by example. It's kind of cliche, but
it's not cliche. I see it.
More so that way.
We see it.
I'm leaning into, you know, the vocal leadership more and more. And, you know, I've had great mentors over the past. I think Derek Carr has been a great mentor for me. And, you know, I can just ask him anything. You know, he's done it, you know, a long time in the NFL. And he's just somebody.
Shout out to Derek Carr, man. I'm not a Raider fan at all, but the fact that he's here and he's there helping out Nico, it matters, because it's going to put him in a situation where he get to pick his brain. And Derek Carr was a dog. He is a dog. I don't know if he's a part of the coaching staff yet, but he's definitely in the flow of things. I'm excited for Nico to have him there.
You know, great to learn from.
I love that you say that, because from my purview, and I've known you since you were 16, at least of you, and got to know you here and there, and now, of course, last couple of years more, I've always felt you're the most misunderstood quarterback in America.
Okay.
Now, on one hand, like, who cares what other people think if they understand you or don't understand you? But I say that because you've always gone in and had a work ethic about you, even though your name was always in headlines because of the talent that you have, the type of player you are, where you went, etc. How have you navigated that of people judging who you are, which happens to every quarterback, versus what you know you to be?
Yeah, I think that comes with a great team. I have a great supporting cast for me. And, you know, like I said, I had two great parents that raised me to be a great man. And I kind of just lean on them when you say don't listen to the outside world, but it's hard. You know, you got social media out there and your name buzzes around, and you know certain things aren't true or being said about you. So it's hard to like, you know, just kind of minimize that and not really think of that, but you know, it's there, and that's a part of, you know, your stature and being a quarterback.
He's not gonna say it, but I'll say it. So pretty much he heard everything, every single word when he left Tennessee and came to UCLA, and he's carrying it with him, and I'm glad he is, because now he's going to go out there and prove all the haters wrong.
University of UCLA, and I think that, you know, it comes with that, and you know, I've accepted it. I've had it, you know, pretty much since, like you said, since I was 16. It's kind of been around me, so I think I've grown numb to it, and really just depend on the people that love me.
Big skin.
You consider yourself an optimist?
I wouldn't say.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say. Do you think?
I think you are. So I have a belief that in psychology, my favorite line is at the core of optimism is resilience. So to me, people that are expecting something good to happen, like when I watch you play, let's just say you get sacked. You seemingly, at least from my purview, you pop up, you go make a play. You're not afraid to, okay, I throw a pick, it's a drop, it's a bad route, whatever the thing may happen, something challenging happens.
Explain it to him.
That offers up some adversity. You seem pretty resilient.
Yeah, I think you hit a gem on that. I need to dive into more of the psychology, because it's something definitely I really want to look into.
Sorry, man, you just learned something.
I can say I'm a little optimistic.
Yeah, you learned something about yourself. We all do.
I was told that quote maybe 10, 12 years ago, and like it was a sports psychologist guy named Dr. Michael Gervais. Shout out to Dr. Mike. He's a Seahawks psychologist, works with a ton of quarterbacks, and my life made sense. And I was like, oh. Yeah, like my grandparents were Holocaust survivors. My mom was a refugee in America. Like, you're right. Like, I've had to be resilient, and I'm overly optimistic. And anybody who's ever met me be like, oh, you're always positive. And I'm like, And I've also been able to look at life through the lens of people who have had challenges. And I think that always was a driver to me, or there's being a walk-on or whatever, not having, the ability to walk through the front door for most of my career. It's always kind of been through the side. And that quote made so much sense. So I ask you again, like when you look at your life, at the core of optimism is resilience. I wonder how it lands.
Yeah, no, I think you definitely hit I probably misunderstood it a little bit. When you
you didn't misunderstood it. You just learned something, young man. That's
from
all.
where I come, not a lot of people make it out of my city. And when you really look back into it and I really look into it, it's like, damn, I have been through a lot of adversity. I really haven't looked at it, as adversity because I think my parents sheltered me, from looking at it as that, we didn't always have, the most money. We were poor at one point, but I never felt like we were poor because I always had food on the table. I had a video game to play. I had a roof over my head. So, I hear you on that, and I can agree with you on that.
Yeah,
for sure.
that's called
cool,
growth.
Man.
That's called
Thanks
growth.
for answering that.
Yes, sir.
And in addition to that, you inspire a lot of people.
You do.
Right?
You do.
You did a youth camp where a bunch of young kids are coming out. You did it along with Wilson. You did 7-on-7, all these cool things. Can you share with me what you took away from that experience with Wilson to make sure you're giving back to the next generation that may not have a lot, may have everything, but they have a dream to one day be like you?
That was the main thing for me, was any way I could give back, whether that was, with Wilson giving football backs or, just being there, being present with the kids, I think was very important for me, as I was a young kid in their position at one point.
Let me say this first off, man. Look at the poise. Look at the maturity. It's just coming off of him. He's QB1. He's QB1. We still don't know who QB2 is, but he's definitely QB1. The maturity, you obviously see it. And if you don't see it, you definitely feel it.
And then, I used to look up to college athletes and, just look up to, the athletes where I wanted to be. And it felt good just coming back and seeing the smiles on their faces and even just interacting with them and throwing the ball around with them was fun.
I love that. Well, what's fun about your offseason is when you throw that ball around, it's a different type of ball, right? Like it's got a chip in it.
Yeah.
Take me through that.
What?
Take us through that because we all haven't thrown that type of football before.
Yeah, so there's a chip in the footballs where, it can rate your velocity, the spin rate, and everything on that. And
you gotta love technology, family. 2026, they putting chips inside of balls. It makes sense.
It's helped me in the past because I've done it for the past 3 years, so or maybe 2, and I've looked at the past and I can say that I've progressed over the years with my spin velocity and the spin rate, and I think it's a great tool for us, and probably not everybody has that. So
is it kind of wild when you see how fast you throw it, the revolutions? Like, were you surprised?
Yeah. I was surprised. I'm like, dang, that's a little slow. But then, as I got over the years, I think, just seeing the progression in my throws has been fun.
That's cool. I know Wilson.
So what you guys think? Jump in the comments. Do you see Nico as a glass half full or a glass half empty? I'll make sure you stick around and I'm going to tell you exactly what I think towards the end of the video.
Fired up to be a partner with you.
Yeah, it's great to be a part of
Subscribe to the
that.
channel if you haven't already subscribed.
I believe in this acronym. All right, it's called PACE. Plays after critical errors. So it's something we started using in the quarterback space maybe 20 years ago. PACE. Plays after critical errors. So when I'm calling a game, when I call one of your games, let's just say there's a critical error, right? Let's just call it a pick for simplicity purposes. I will ask our producer, make sure there's a camera on Nico. And I want to hear you talking to Dean, you talking to John Boyer, you on the sideline. I want to see your face. I want to see your body language. And then what I'll do is I'll track, what do you do after a critical error? What's the next drive? What's the first play call? So I'm curious for you, when there is a critical error, how do you talk to yourself?
Yeah, it's a lot of self-talk. As the leader of the team, you never want to see, let the guys see you down or any type of bad mood or blaming guys for the pick. I think it all comes with, taking responsibility and moving on and having that next play mentality. And I think I learned that really from my vet, Joe Milton. When he was a starter at Tennessee, and I was under him. And you can say there's pace. Whether it was his fault or whether it was the lineman's fault. I think just seeing Joe and how he always stayed positive, and even though I would want to blow up for him, I'm like, damn, how did he drop that? And it turned into a pick. I'm like, see, I would have, but like, I think just watching him my whole first year and seeing how he how he led. I think that played a huge role for me. So, whenever stuff doesn't go my way. I really just try to stay positive, and that comes with a lot of self-talk. And you really got to practice that self-talk, because the self-talk could be negative thoughts, and it could be negative talk, and you don't want that. You never want that negative talk in your system. So I think a lot of positive self-talk has helped me.
Especially as the leader of the team.
Are all the same. It's one of my second favorite quote for quarterbacks.
My grandma used to say, as easy as it is to think of something negative, it's just as easy to think of something positive. Sometimes life is rough, but at the same time, your mindset can carry you through a lot. So I understand, especially playing quarterback and being the leader of a team, you have to present in a positive space at least 90% of the time until it's time to get in their ass and actually let them know and call them out on the things that they're doing wrong. So more growth from UCLA's QB1.
Quarterbacks are an amazing position, right? Like every play your whole life has been evaluated.
Yeah, he's
whether
been
it's how you navigated a play action fake, whether it was a throw, whether it was a read, whether it's how you called play in the huddle, like whatever it is. So when something is challenging for you, or when you thrive, like how do you navigate, you said self-talk, around praise or blame? Because you've lived both.
Yeah, I think, well, with the praise, I think that all comes with remaining humble and remembering where, how you got here and your core values. I think that's easy. I think for me, dealing with, a lot of you can say blame, but, last year was just a rough year, and just dealing with losses came with blame. And that I can say it was tough on me mentally, just because I've never been in that position where, I've been that mentally challenged to where, we're losing 4 games in a row.
That was tough. That was tough.
I don't know how to respond to that. So you just, it was a lot of trying new stuff out for me, whether that was waking up at a certain time or depending on my mood, like, why do I feel the way I feel, waking up today? And it was a lot of self-talk. So I say...
You felt that way because last season was terrible. We didn't do great. And it affected us fans. It affected the entire program, and it affected you too. It's okay to be human.
Really, at the end of the day, I depended on my parents, and I would talk to my dad mostly. And he'd bring me back home and let me know that he had my back and that we was in this together. And then I think that's really how I took care of the blame part.
Yeah, that's really cool. Because
as much hate as his father got last year for making decisions to benefit his family, sometimes you gotta just silence and kill the outside noise. No one's at your dinner table. You make decisions based on the needs of your family. You do things that you feel are necessary to improve your family's situation. You got to tune it out. So when I sit back and I say his father made the right decisions by his 2 kids, he's doing that based on what he feels like his kids need. He's not always listening to what everybody else say. And who cares at the end of the day?
I believe you can train 3 things as a quarterback. You can train your body, you can train your craft, and you can train your mind.
Yeah.
How, because I think a lot of people watching this, they've also met adversity, whether they're athletes or whether they're just human beings and living their traditional lives.
Definitely.
What are ways in which you've trained your mind to be able to now handle whatever might get thrown at you?
Yeah, I'm still working on that. The mind thing was really something I dived into this past offseason and really expanding that. As far as
you do gotta appreciate the honesty though.
Shedeur Sanders, he dropped that on like what makes him feel the way he feels when he wakes up. Is it what he ate that morning, or is it what time he went to sleep? So I really think all that plays into factor, and I think really diving in my sleep helped me be in a better mood the next day. So when they say that 8 hours of sleep is real, I think it definitely is real. And
man, I gotta get 8 hours. I just woke
up with a fresh mind and ready to learn and ready to go to practice and ready to learn ball. So I think sleep has been a big thing into working my mind, and then just trying new things, like getting out your comfort zone. Whether that's just taking the guys out that you normally don't go out to eat with, or just hanging out with guys off the field. I think just trying new stuff out for me has been good too.
That's good leadership. I like that.
Always on my sleep.
That's how you lead.
And I'm a believer. I'm like, you know what? I forgot that one little note because I slept 6 hours last 3 nights.
It's like, dang. When I started getting 8 hours of sleep, I really stuff started to stick even more in my brain with as far as just play calls and going out there and running the plays. It was crazy. I think it really played a big factor.
I know. You sleep, eliminate sugar. Like there's some basics that are controllable.
Some basics that you didn't know were that big into your life. Yeah, they're pretty big. Yeah.
All right, this one is pretty cool. I want to ask you about this. The speed of the game is something that you hear all the time. Broadcasters talk about it a lot. You dealt with it early in your career. Maybe you dealt with it at times. First time here. I mean, you've had third coach, third offensive coordinator, third quarterback coach in 3 seasons.
That's crazy.
So, anyway, I want to ask you about the speed of the game. Like, how do you, when you look at the speed of...
In my opinion, having all of that is only going to make him a better professional.
Football, how does the world slow down for you in the pocket? How have you allowed it to slow down?
Yeah. For me, that's film study. I think it all comes with film study. That it is a lot of great athletes out there that are moving very fast, and a lot of great DBs, and you got to deal with that D line up front. So I think really diving into film study, and Coach Kennedy and Coach Boyer has done a great job with me into really breaking down defenses and their tendencies and seeing pre-snap looks and post-snap looks. So I think really film study has been the biggest thing in how the game slows down for me. And then watching other high-level quarterbacks do the same plays as you do and watch them do it at a high level, I think it has been helpful for me.
That's cool. You're so much younger than me, but I wonder how much Steve Young maybe you've seen on YouTube or something like that.
Yeah. I'm a Niner fan, so I've seen Steve Young Super Bowl run, and I've seen a little bit of him. But
okay, so I've read this book about quarterbacks over the summer, and he was detailed in the book and interviewed, and he talked about he felt that the speed of the game was a trap. When you're like, I got to speed up my drop, I got to speed up my read, versus like, I want to use the speed of the game as a tool. So then I can manipulate it, so that I'm in control of that. And I thought it was really cool. I respect the defensive speed, but like, look out. And I say that because when I watch you remind me of a right-handed version of Steve Young at times, of the way you slash, how you operate in the pocket. So when I say that part of it, like manipulating their speed, because you know that you're going to play at the tempo and the pace that and then use it to your advantage when you want to go.
Yes, sir. Yeah, manipulating your speed. Definitely as you watch some high-level quarterbacks, I don't know if you watched Matthew Stafford, but Matthew Stafford, he manipulates that whole defense with whether it's his eyes or his feet work, and the game is never too fast for Matthew Stafford. So I've been watching a lot of him and how the game's so slowed down and trying to add little parts of his game to my game, and you definitely hit that with just slowing the defense down.
Hearing him bring up my guy Matthew Stafford, it made me feel a lot better because I'm a Rams fan. Matthew Stafford is a veteran. The game has slowed down for him because his wisdom, his age, and his experience. So for a young guy looking at Matthew and learning from him at this age, hopefully it put him in a better space when he's on that field.
As far as you taking over the game and you manipulating the defense into what you want them to do. So
I love that. So I saw this thing from Sean Payton.
I hope he gets to work out with Matthew Stafford.
Football is not about just passing or catching or tackling. He called it a battle for confusion. And I thought that was a really cool phrase.
I never heard that before.
I'm going to steal as a broadcast this fall.
Battle for confusion.
But think about like the defense is trying to confuse you. You're trying to your point, do the Stafford, manipulate them. I don't think any of us really know what it's like to play. And here you are in the Big Ten. The defenses are awesome, right? The defense you go up against every day is confusing. It is challenging, as is what you're doing offensively for the other side of the ball. So when you hear the battle for confusion, can you share of like what is it like to have to operate at a high level within that?
It's a lot of stuff going on out there. You
Definitely
got 11 on 11. Everybody has to be on the same.
Every single
I will say
person.
You can be on different pages on defense and still make it a successful play. But as far as offense goes, all 11 got to be on the same, on the same page. So I think it's much harder for us in the battle of confusion when we're out there, and it's harder for us to execute at a high level. But
what you guys think? You think it's harder for the offense or it's harder for the defense? I play defense, so it's for me. I look at it and I'm on the opposite end of that. I say, okay, the offense, the play you're running. Everybody's on the same page. On defense, you don't know what's coming. You don't know if it's going to be a run, pass and play. you don't know. So you're constantly trying to figure it out. So Nico, come on, man. Come on. I'm sticking up for the defense over here. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Offense or defense? Because he's trying to sell it. But I get it. He's QB1.
It's a lot. You got 11 guys on 11, and they're all doing different things. And as a quarterback, you got to know what each 11 is doing. So it's hard on a quarterback, but that's what we came and that's what we signed up for.
Okay, so take me through a play, because I love telling fans about this sometimes. What's it like to play quarterback? And I'll say, all right, play clock is at 40.
Yeah.
You get to call it 33 seconds, and there's a lot going on between that and the snap. With whatever you're comfortable sharing for you, take us through that process of a snap.
Process, pre-snap. Mainly, the main thing is that clock, making sure you get the play in at a good time. And really, our team, I won't share when we want to break the huddle, but break the huddle at a good time. And then really, when you get to the line of scrimmage, you're really analyzing the whole thing, seeing the defense front to back, seeing what front, third, and first for me. And then I start looking at the back end, seeing, any
Don't say too much,
any
Nico.
tips or tricks that, I can get on any coverage that they're
Don't put too much out there.
I think that comes with film study. So if I see, nickel playing a certain leverage, ding, ding, I know that it's going to be this coverage, or a safety, he's shaded over to the middle of the field, and then I know, one high beaters, where's my one high beater? So I think it goes into pre-snap thoughts on what beats kind of licks you think they're going to be in, and then always know where my check down is. And then, I think from there, you go and play ball.
There you go.
After that
That's
ball
the
snap,
answer.
it's really on you to make it
You
happen.
go play ball.
So you probably took 90 seconds with that answer.
Yeah,
But all that happens in 20
3 seconds, 5 seconds.
Yeah, so you got to make sure that everybody breaks the huddle and that they're ready to go, so you can get looks, and it happens fast.
I love it, man. I just think it's such a cool position, and in every given snap there's so much going on. And I always say this, as a broadcaster, we live and die with every play. But then you turn a game on, you're like, another play happened, another series. You're just kind of enjoying the game, and it's so intense to be within that. And I think your mental capacity, to your point, has to be so premium, so sharp, so focused. And again, to the battle of confusion, they're good too. They're holding their water, they're holding their call. It is not an easy thing to go up there and just throw it around the yard.
But it's fun, though.
It's not at all. So
it's definitely fun, though.
I'm going to start using that from Sean Payton, too.
Yeah, the battle of confusion, man. Take it. You got it all day long. I'm curious for you. Do you view the position with where you sit now extension of the staff or an extension of the huddle?
Explain.
So I love this conversation because...
you see how he said explain? That's a deep thinker right there. And I think that's what I'm starting to notice with Nico. I had no clue. I'll be honest with you guys. Until this interview, normally his interviews go by in 5-10 minutes. So actually getting to sit down with him and watching the way his brain process questions, because this is how he plays football. I don't know if you guys can understand what I'm saying, but this is how he plays football. He's processing every single thing before he makes a decision. So I'm gonna go back to that question. Is his glass half empty or is his glass half full?
I saw it probably 15 years ago. That's what Tom Brady said. And I think early on, it's often said in coaching, right? I'm a youth coach, right? For whatever that's worth. And I'm coaching my kids, and you're watching high school football, whatever. And a lot of times you'll hear the quote, oh, Nico's an extension of the staff. He's like another coach on the field. True, yeah, you know the plays, you can call them. All I gotta do is give you the personnel, the formation, and you can probably call the rest of it, right? And then I saw Tom Brady say this thing 15 years ago, and he's like, I want to be an extension of the huddle. So the guys know, I'm with them. We are ride or die in this regard. And I think you hear the phrase from, Bob Chesney and other coaches, player-led versus coach-fed sometimes.
Yes, sir.
And I think the player-led teams are when the quarterback feels as though they're an extension of the huddle versus an extension of the staff. And I think it's a hard place to live for your position, because you're in the staff room on Sunday and Monday, probably getting the game plan before anybody else does. Yeah. So yeah, you are an extension of that, but you got to be one of the boys to make sure that you can build that camaraderie and the trust that you referenced earlier.
Yeah.
Matthew Stafford, Steve Young, Tom Brady, these are some Hall of Fame quarterbacks. This is crazy. I mean, being able to even compare yourself to them says a lot. So I'm curious. Let's see how he answers, because I think you got to be a little bit of both. But it's hard to be Tom Brady. It's hard to be Tom Brady.
Definitely. I feel like I'm an extension of the huddle first, and I think there's nothing wrong with being an extension of the coaching staff too. So I think I can say probably both.
See,
I'm still
man,
I'll say I'm an extension of the huddle.
Family, you already know this is my first time watching this. We watch these together, and I know I get crap for that, but at the same time, I need it to be authentic. You guys are gonna get the original Wes, and I just felt like you had to be both, but
I'd say, I got my peoples up there in the coaching staff that, helped me tremendously as far as, getting the game plan, like you said, before practice. So as a quarterback, I got to know what's going on. Like, I need to be a part of the install. I need to know what's going on in the install.
I feel you.
I think I'm an extension of both, but, the huddle comes first.
Yeah, it's spot on, because I think two things can be true.
Yep.
In all areas of life. And I think that's
two things can be true. Two things can be true. UCLA can be good at basketball, and UCLA can be good at football. UCLA is going to beat the shit out of USC, and UCLA is going to beat the shit out of Cal. 4's up. Let's go.
That I wanted to ask you. Okay, so let's pivot to your head coach, because we grew up in the same region in Pennsylvania. Okay, so Cole region, we were both doing the same chores. I actually babysat some of the players that he used to coach back in the D3 days, which is awesome. And I'll say this, there's a lot to love about Bob Chesney. The thing I think I love most is time on task. He's coached 184 games as a head coach.
Yeah.
He walked in here.
Do you guys understand what that man just said? We have something different in this entire system that's at UCLA right now. You guys, I hope you see it. This is the Bob Chesney era inside this Big Ten conference at UCLA. We're going places.
And maybe his blueprint wasn't known around the world, but those that worked with him, they knew it. And now it seems like the whole world knows that you guys are as hot as anybody heading into the season. First time being around him, you've been asked that a few times, but the first time you knew this thing was, oh my God, there's rich depth to his coaching philosophy and program.
Day one, first day you met him, I'm sure.
I think when I first met him, I could feel, just the winning mindset from Coach Ches. I think, every word he spoke, it just meant
definitely.
Something. And,
I
he
knew
has
it.
a way with words and how he talks.
At that first press conference.
I think he's been the same man since day one. And really going to our first team meeting and seeing the guys that he brought in, I'm like, okay, like we got something here. And,
we do.
Man, when he just started coaching us, I could tell that, he was a winning coach and he brought that winning pedigree with us.
I came out to visit in the spring and I wrote down this quote that he said, goals are for people who care about winning once. Systems are for people who care about winning repeatedly. How might you describe the system here within this facility?
Yeah, he's built a great system. I think, he's brought that great system from, the previous schools that he was at. And it's really a winning system. If you look at it, the past places he's been a winner. And I think us continue to buy into him.
Bruin family, come on. I need y'all in. I need y'all here. Let's huddle up. I know we have been through a lot. And I know we can get our hopes and dreams crushed because we've been there before. But I need us to be inside this huddle. Lock in with me. This is different. We got to get this man our energy. We got to get this man our positivity. Lock in. I know it's easy to say, oh, I got to wait and see. I got to wait and see. We all got to wait and see. We can't predict the future. But what we can do right now today is make sure we give this program some positive energy. We might not win 9 games like I think we will, but we will definitely make a bowl game and we will definitely be better in 2027. Trust the process, family. UCLA on 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. UCLA, let's go.
His culture and his tradition, whether that's, keeping the locker room clean. And it's so simple, like keeping the locker room clean, that goes a long way into what we're trying to build. And we'll continue to buy into this process every day.
Yeah, one of my favorite parts of social media, there's very few of them, but one of them was watching UCLA Football's account and watching your team celebrate. And the reason being is I saw your jersey number oftentimes jumping on that pile. You reference how you want to work in the shadows, if you will, and then when you get your opportunity to go shine, you've done that. And now you're the guy, you're the leader.
You're the guy,
you got
QB1.
with the staff. What can you say about the charisma, the energy, the juice that this place has created on that practice field?
Man, the juice is different right now. Just because we brought in so many new guys and we're all continuing to get to know each other. And I think as we've got to get to know each other, we've all had the same common goal, and that's to win. And the expectation here is to win. And Coach Ches said that, from day one.
Day one.
So I think he brought in a great group of guys that, continue to buy into the process, and we're all got one goal. And when we all got one goal, it's pretty easy to go out there and work with them every day.
So how have you been a catalyst to make sure everybody gets to know one another?
Shoot, I've been in the locker room a lot more. I've been taking guys out, whether it's the movies or just going out to eat or going bowling. I think, we've all, built a great relationship with each other. And really just getting my face in front of all the new transfers that came in and letting them see me. Because, they a lot of guys that say they only see me on social media, they like, damn, bro, you way different than I'm like, it's good, bro. Like, you just got to meet me, bro. So, like, just me just hanging out with them has been fun.
That's cool. And how about being back in LA? I mean, I know it's been over a year now. You came back.
Tell them the truth, Nico.
Things like,
how's it feel to be back at home?
World, having some consistency and being settled in here.
Yeah.
Ideally, there's not going to be any chaos around you. There's a system here, as we just referenced, moving forward.
It's been great. Just being back home with my parents and seeing my mom healthy and seeing her do whatever she wants to do. And, me being able to go to my sister's volleyball tournaments has been great. And just seeing them grow up. So I think having my family here has been great. And then going to this university is amazing. So I really can't complain about life right now.
Yeah, I couldn't agree. So my mom lost the battle to cancer. I watched it.
Sorry to hear that.
It's okay. Thank you. Your mom, as you shared publicly, so we're not breaking any news to you, she battled that too and seemingly came out victorious where she sits today. But to go through that as a son is something that I don't think anybody can describe. Like, I remember I used to be a good friend to my friends who went through that, but until I went through that, I was like, I had no idea what that was like. It would rip my soul apart. I remember feeling.
You know what? We all probably can speak to that in some sense. I definitely can myself. I lost my dad. I lost a couple people to cancer, and cancer sucked. It definitely puts you in a different place, especially for me. And I'm just going to talk about Wes. Like, waking up for me is a good day. And it's going to be like that for the rest of my life. I'm not going to get emotional, family, but this topic right here kind of touched me a little bit. So reset your mind. Do things differently every day. When you wake up, no matter what, it's going to be a good day. Be happy that you woke up and feel blessed.
Feeling that way in the evenings. I remember telling my wife, I don't have an answer to this. It's the first time I ever found mental skills and family therapy. I was like, I need somebody to help me navigate this. For you, it's a weight that is hard to describe. I'm wondering if you can, and then share maybe how you were able to work through it.
Yeah, it was definitely side-blinded me because I was just seeing my mom doing good in life and seeing her so healthy. And then when it all kind of just came in, she came and sat us down in the living room and told us the news. And then so when she said stage 4, I'm like, okay, that's like the easiest stage to like get past her. So I just started doing research on it. And it really just made me like look back and really cherish life. Life's short and it's not long. So really just to cherish the people in your life and that you love, and really made me appreciate my mom so much more because, as a young kid, you're growing up. I'm a freshman in high school, and that's when you start to think you know it all, and you start to have these little back talks with your parents and whatnot. And I really just regretted, anything that I had said towards my mom that was bad or anything like that. I was really just hoping to be the best son I could be for her and be strong for her because, that's a different type of battle. And
man.
Yeah, my dad played a big part in that too. He went to all her chemos and stuff and made sure that we were still getting all our training. And my mom was a strong woman though. I'm sorry to hear that about your mom.
Oh.
Man, I'm sitting there and I can relate 110%. And I'm sure a lot of us out there have experienced it. But, it's okay to be human. It's okay to be a little bit emotional. As a man, I get it. I get it. And I'm pretty impressed with the fact that he's able to keep it together. Because we have to.
Thank you for sharing it. It is a thing that cuts all kids in a way that you don't know.
Yeah, for sure.
Even it can exist. And I share that with you. I had a mentor of mine as we were navigating through
It's
that.
a great interview.
Okay.
This is a great interview. I did not think it was going to be up and down like this.
You know, like being nervous to broadcast a national game or whatever the thing may come.
Yeah.
For you, did it give you a different, I don't want to say armor, but a different freedom, maybe even a levity? Like, hey, you don't even know.
Yeah, definitely a different type of freedom, man. Really just made you look at all your little problems and be like, man, those are not problems.
Yeah,
like,
they're not at all,
you think
man.
going out to perform in front of 100,000 at a football game is anything. Like, so I really just started to look at these things like really just being blessed.
Thank you.
You're blessed to go out there and play in front of
Just wake up.
You're blessed to put your uniform on and go play football and do something you love. And really, like, the adversity that we think we face, or that I think I face with the outside world, where they're judging me and bad talking me. It's not adversity at all to my mom or the other cancer patients that are out there fighting their fight. So it really just made you be thankful for life and be blessed.
Yeah, it's so true. I used to say the word perspective. It's such a powerful word, and I also don't really like that word because it seems like sometimes something challenging has to happen to say, now I'm gonna live with perspective. Versus like, what if we just try to compete to live with it every day? Which is hard. But it feels like, you've got a guy in Bob Chesney who does that because he's come a long way up.
Yeah.
And you seem to do that because you've been through a lot in your career. I mean, you've done things for the first time, right? First NL quarterback, dramatic all this stuff that I just feel like as I watch you walk and talk and observe you throughout this offseason, they don't even know. Here it comes. Because he's walking in a different, I don't know how I could even describe it, but you're just on a different plane, if that makes sense.
Yes, sir.
Would you agree with
that? Yeah, I would definitely agree. Obviously I have, personal goals for me set in mind and team goals. And I'm looking forward to this year. It's an exciting year.
That's cool.
You're not the only one looking forward to it, my brother. We're all looking forward to it. And we're glad you're leading the team 120%. You're going to go out there and crush it.
Cool. As a fan of dogs, I do have to ask about Simba. So you got a little dog at home now?
Yeah.
What's that done to you?
It's been fun. Little golden mini doodle.
Yeah.
And I really just wanted a dog I could come home to. I had big cane corsos growing up, so my dad never let them in the house, and they're kind of just outside dogs that watch the house. So I had to play with them outside, and then I was like, dang, I want somebody I could, lay in my bed with. I started seeing just guys on the team were carrying their little dogs around. I'm like, dang, I need one of those. So yeah, Brian Rowe actually, my teammate receiver, he had got a little mini golden doodle, and I'm like, dang, what is that? And then he had put me on and got me one.
I love that. Yeah. That's good. Well, we gotta connect you with Kindtail. My wife's got a pet product company for little dogs, so we'll gear you out.
Definitely.
All right, so let's end on this. I believe this to be true. I believe the best organizations, the best teams, the best individuals, they all have one commonality. Okay, they chase what matters, meaning they have clarity around what matters most. When they state it, they're confident in it, and then they operate with discipline around it. So it could be an example. It's all about the ball. That's what matters most. The ball is the program. Okay, we're confident in that because the numbers reflect that. And then every day we do some sort of turnover drill. So for you, what matters most? How might you answer that question?
Yeah, for as far as the team.
Yeah, I think for the team, like when you look at this season as we position her, you're in training camp right now, you're rolling, you got a game a couple weeks away. For this 2026 UCLA Bruins team, what do you believe matters most?
Yeah, I think for me personally, I think being where our feet is and really taking it day by day. I think, last year, me personally and just the team standpoint, we were looking way too far ahead to where we were just bypassing these teams that we thought we were going to beat. And we'll be 4-0 at that point. We just got to take care of this team. And so I really think just taking it day by day and winning the day and that will, you know, help us in the long run. And I think Coach Ches, you know, as he preaches, it's all about the football, and that's it's always going to be that. But I think as far as the team and what we're preaching is being where our feet is and taking it day by day, because we don't want to waste a day and then look back after, you know, week 1 or week 2 and be like, dang, like we should have did, you know, we don't really want to live with any regrets. So I think living day by day and winning the day every day is gonna be the main thing.
Great answer. Great answer.
So
great answer.
Let's just do this, okay? Next year, you'll be in an off season. I want to come to the Wilson camp. Okay, I want to see how slow my ball can spin.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see how fast yours is. But in the meantime, have an incredible season, man.
Thank you.
Enjoy it all, man.
Yes, sir.
You got it. All right. Thanks for the time today.
Yes, sir.
You got it, man. You got it. Anytime.
Wow, that was a really good interview. We got an opportunity to sit through it and kind of see Nico be a little bit vulnerable. I mean, the name of that video was "He was the most hated quarterback in America." Everyone will love him after this season. If you didn't connect as a human to that story, then I don't know what to tell you. But you guys stuck around this far, so did you leave your comment? Do you see Nico as a cup half full or a cup half empty? I told you I'll give you my opinion, and I'm going to do that right now. I see him as a cup half empty. And the reason why I say that is because he's not done. He's looking at it like, I'm not done. I got a lot more I got to do. I think that's going to work for him, though. That's definitely going to work for him. It's going to put us in a great situation, and it's going to put the program in a great situation. Things is trending up. If you made it this far in the video, make sure you click on the next video that just popped up on the screen. If you want to continue to help support the channel, make sure you subscribe. It's going to really help push this UCLA content as well as the channel. UCLA Football TV, hosted by Westwood 739. Forza.